Okay, we're in the shop. This is Leah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is Leah, and she's an artist. We're not supposed to say, what is that what we call you?
A tattoo artist, tattooer, tattooist. In England, they use tattooist.
Excellent. Okay,
Yeah.
so can you teach us how to tattoo somebody with, I guess this is the gun, right?
Well, machine. We don't call it a gun. That's a no-no.
So what we have here?
This is a rotary machine. There are a few different types of tattoo machines, but the most commonly used is the coil, and I would say the second most common is the rotary machine.
Oh, really?
The rotator thing is like the prison where they use the turntables to do the thing.
Show us how it works?
Sure. This itself is the motor.
Uh-huh.
The head of the needle, actually the needle bar, connects here, and it goes through a tube, which this is.
Is that what you hold?
We hold this. This is technically the grip. I'm going to put on gloves, not because I really need to in this case, because I'm not tattooing anyone and all of this is sterile, but it's habit. It feels strange to open a bag without gloves on. So
Oh, really?
I'm just going to do it.
So it's kind of an important thing?
Yeah.
I used to think that a tattoo machine came to a single needle point and an injected ink under the skin. It's actually multiple needles and they're grouped together for lining. However, for shading,
Wow. Got sneeze.
it's more like a paintbrush. Ink is held in between those multiple needle points using capillary action, and when it punctures the skin, it drags the ink down into the dermis.
I did not know that. I'm doing this video because it's interesting, but also I have a buddy who is his girlfriend, spouse, partner, whatever, runs a tattoo studio, and
Gotcha. So now you have a needle in a tube attached to a machine, and you're ready to make that machine work.
Yep.
So what do? Power, I'm guessing?
Power.
Rotary machines are pretty easy to understand. Here this motor has rotational motion, and it's translated to linear motion here at the needle bar. That's pretty simple, right? Coil machines, however, are a bit more complicated. When Leah steps on this foot pedal, that direct current is applied to the two coils. This turns those coils into an electromagnet, and it pulls this armature bar down, moving the needle.
Whoa.
When the armature bar moves down, it breaks the circuit away from the contact screw,
Whoa,
and that causes
whoa.
the electromagnetic field to collapse.
I don't know if you were curious, but when it was rotating, I was like, why not just go up and down? And this is the up and down version.
The spring then returns the armature and it re-energizes the circuit. This just happens over and over again, and that's it. That's how a coil machine works. One word of caution though, just because you understand how a coil machine works doesn't mean you know how to use it. Did you really tattoo yourself?
What?
You did it?
Yeah,
Let me see.
It's ridiculous.
Oh,
What happens? That's what happens.
So it's a bad idea?
It's a very bad idea.
And what's your name?
Sean.
Sean says do not tattoo yourself. Go to a professional like Leah, right?
Please go to
Yes.
your local professional.
Okay, now that we know how the machines work, it's time to investigate what the needles are doing to the skin. I brought special lights and a special macro lens so we can record it at first 1500 frames per second and then ramp it up to 3200 frames.
I didn't know they could move it that quickly. I would have thought they had to go like hang on a spot and let it get in there. Turns out I would have no idea what I'm talking about.
Per second.
Oh, sorry, back up. He's describing the FPS, frames per second.
1500 frames per second and then ramp it up to 3200 frames per second. This is why tattoos hurt.
That's fucking cool. I thought it was gonna be violent. It probably hurts like fuck. I don't have any tattoos, as you can tell by how I'm talking, not because you can see my entire body. It's actually elegant looking. I mean, the actual motion of the machine. I don't know what the tattoo looks like. Dude, that's fucking crazy. Because I assumed it was like a single point, I would just assume like an artist kind of learns the machine and then they go back to just being an artist with the machine. But like having that many things coming down. It's like, how do they make... I already have a newfound appreciation for tattoo artist. Making fine designs with the big, wide plunger of shit. It's very technical.
Okay, I have decided that I want to feel what this needle feels like because it's actually going in the skin and pulling it up. And you said you can do this without actually tattooing me.
I was about to say, maybe you could just do it without any color, pigment. I actually don't know what they call it. They don't call it paint. Do they call it paint?
Yeah, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to use a needle.
I'm a little nervous. I want to know what it feels like, but I don't want a tattoo. This is the next best thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Deep breath in. Breathe it out slowly.
That wasn't bad.
Okay.
Okay, I can handle that.
That was it.
Okay, what did you do?
See there?
Oh, I can see why people get addicted to that. Because it's like it's like fear.
Yeah.
So this was the lining needle and this was the shading needle.
Correct.
And how many needles were on the lining needle?
5.
And how many were on the shading needle?
7.
There you go. Smarter every day.
On the front of your forearm,
Wow.
I think it hurts more than the back.
You think I could take it?
Of course you could.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed this episode of Smarter Every Day. If you want to continue getting smarter by letting me do crazy stuff, please support Smarter Every Day on audible.com. So go to audible.com/smarter. You can download any audiobook you want for free.
I'm so stuck in my thoughts. Like, I'm letting him plug his sponsor. I'm racked into his whatever. Wait, there's an extra minute though.
I'd recommend Native Son by Richard Wright.
Yeah.
Oh, they're from the audit.
How it elevates the top layer of skin there.
Oh, okay. Anyways. I don't know. Maybe you'll care. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I care like extra. Usually, just at the end of a video, I'm just like, blah 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 blah. But my friend's partner, they've been together forever. Partner, spouse, whatever you want to call it, is an extremely successful and talented tattoo artist. I would say who it is, but I didn't actually ask them if that was cool, so I'm not going to do that. But extremely successful, very good. And even though I appreciated what they did, because I don't really do visual art at all, it's just kind of like realizing that there's always more. There's always more to something than what you think there is. And I'm like, oh, well, if you can draw and you can paint, well, then you can do tattoos. And I'm sure that's a great skill to have, but it's like, this is a different thing than that. That's wild, man. Whatever. My boring thing. It's boring to me because I've been saying it for years. You don't know I've been saying it for years. Is when it comes to guitar, or playing an instrument in general, and someone's like, play jazz or play rock or play classical, play bluegrass, play reggae. It's like, well, you can play the instrument, so you can play all those things. It's like, no, they're all different. They're all very, very different ways of using the same type of skill set to pull something off. And so, like, I assume pencil is different than pen, is different than paint, is different than being a tattoo artist. I might have to come back to this channel if this shit works out. Smarter every day. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go back to the channel anyways. I'm just saying, like, on this YouTube shit, I love learning, man. I love learning, and whatever. I feel like reaction videos, for me, reaction videos are learning. Even if it's enjoyment or entertainment, it's like I'm watching something for the first time. I'm being exposed to something, and I guess it's entertainment for people. But to me, it's like, oh, I'm learning about this thing. And some people hate learning, which is weird to me. But some people, I don't know. Everyone's got their. Some people don't like books, but they like being hands-on. It just depends on it. I think maybe everyone. I shouldn't use terms like everyone. I think a lot of people enjoy discovering life. It's just what's the mode of existence they like to discover that through. It could be through actually doing something. It could be watching someone else. It could be reading something, watching something, listening to something. Okay, I did manage to ramble and not actually have a direction, so I guess we're done.